We are resuming the Nordic exploring roughly a month after getting the Moza wheel. Ever since, we've been doing just Nordic driving. In the first stream, I had 1080 degrees on the wheel. We now have 1800 degrees on the wheel. I wasn't using much force feedback, if any at all. I now have a bit. Admittedly, not much still. A few of the stalks I've reassigned and things like that. We now have a little horn on the wiper one. I also don't fully flick the indicator lever up for it to clonk. I just nudge it and it indicates on and off because the clonk is loud in my mind. I don't really know why. It works. It's fine. It's good. So we are in Oulu again, and I want to ideally get some of these. We might stay in Finland this time. No doubt any plan I come up with doesn't end up happening, because the mission is just to get all these little roads between these little towns. So, little towns, you know what I mean. The clonk. The clonk is quite strong. You can even hear it. Like when it cancels, that's what you'd hear. But if I just nudge it, you don't hear anything. Sure, we'll do that one. That's miles away from here. It's a half the profit, but it's not a heavy. So, some of the things in the distance, you can see the textures are wobbling. I need to change a few things again. There you go, you flick that down. Didn't actually flick the lever down, it's basically the same thing instead of using a button on the wheel for it. A side effect of using this wheel, of course, is that I'm getting used to using camera 3, which I don't have to use, but it means I don't always have to turn off the wheel cam. So you flick this one, and you get the horn. Not realistic, that's fine. And we're in the corner, are we? We'll tuck away in the corner over there. Can't see, nowhere near it. It's a small-ish trailer, so it shouldn't be that bad. There we go, but it means I didn't turn it off, you see. Right, and now we use the lower stalk. There we go. Twist that, and then that enables cruise control. Very good. And then I nudge it upwards to turn it up, nudge it down to turn it down. In sets of 5. I do have the stalks add-on, yes. I don't know how well you can see it from here, but this is one of them. And the other one is down here. If the camera was on this side, you'd be able to see a bit more. But no. If it was also top-down, I suppose you'd see it. Woo. You'd see it a bit better as well. It does mean, as I mentioned over time, the downside is that it makes me be further away from the desk still. Like, this wheel is already large, and it's already further away from the desk than the G29 was. The stalks make it even further away. But I've made it work. This isn't perfect for the angle and the seating, but it's for me. I don't want anyone else sitting in this little gap. This little strange setup I have. So the only clonk left after I remove everything from the wheel is just the clonk of the gearbox. That's it. That's the only other one. Maximum clonk. Next turn is a left turn, so I will clonk, and you listen for the clonk, okay? Clonk. It's on. Clonk it down to turn left. This is lovely. Turn this way. And then clonk back up again to turn it off. Did you hear that? And then if I don't even need to be at 80, nudge that up. There we go. Scroll down here to see where we're nowhere near a fuel station. There's nothing on the way. Only a rest stop down here. But that's why I'm fine. I have enough. Could you imagine I run out of fuel while parking? Because it's all the way in the corner there. Oh, it's a small trailer as well. Ah, these are as bad as the grain ones. So you've got to continuously line yourself up. I just don't recognize where my wheel placement is. Because it's like that, and then you've got to go around, but then where thingy is directly behind me, I've got to go around that. There we go. Around that pile like that. Let me cook, hold on. Imagine you do a job in the real world to whatever company it is, and then while the person is watching you park, you're just swerving left to right, left to right, left to right. I'm very close to that wall as well. Scratch the mirror, there we go. Game will... No, it's not going to say yes to this, is it? No, it's not. So I just don't like this trailer. The alternative was a heavy trailer. So, which was even worse. Done it. But that was fun, eh? Right, there's a fuel station just opposite. How about that? There we go. Just finger on this. The bottom left button is my enter button. Wait for the ding. Bong. 1.6k that cost to fill that up. God damn, that's a lot of fuel. You go, well, you can go across there. Do I wanna? Do I want to pull cheeky and do that? No, I don't. You did it? Well, that's very naughty of you. Why would you do that, huh? And we did the roundabout, so we're all good. See, that was all part of the plan, you know? You go and fill up, and then you go and get your trailer. Boonk. Wherever you're to, this job is to Copium on the 23, the 9, and then just down. When do I think? Well, it probably this year. Someone said apparently in the last stream that they mentioned something in one of their last streams to say that they're going to be talking about something to do with it soon. They may have more. Whenever they have more information, they'll tell you. It's just the amount of people that want to know when it's out, or they want to give us want the information on it. They don't check the socials. I don't know the month. I'm not psychic. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. There's no like, according to this procedure, this is when it will be. Because it's a whole different entity. It's a different thing. For DLCs, there's a pattern they go through. They listen to the, you got the blog posts, then they have a gameplay trailer, then they have an actual trailer, and then about a week or two after that, you have a DLC. That's your pattern. For versions of the game, we're now in the beta for both of them, so give it maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Then it'll be out. Then maybe about a week after that, you'll probably have, within that week, you'll have TMP. That's the pattern. They release updates on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like, that's a consistent pattern, that's fine. As for this is a whole new entity. I have no idea. Coaches, no idea. Yeah, they'll give you a date for it. Like, if it's wishlisted, because about 500,000 people have wishlisted it, when they have a date, that all the stores will update. Like how on Steam, when a new thing is out and they actually have a date for it, you'll be able to see the date. Where's your TMP coach? I'm not the one working on the coach, so I don't know. Why would I know that? How much will they cost? Don't know. It makes me sound absolutely useless, doesn't it? Like, you're asking me questions that I don't have the answers to, because I'm not SES. Why are you parked there? Hello, why are you parking in my spot? Get out of my spot, please. I need to see that. If I'm too far away, then I can't use this camera, because then I don't know where my spot actually is. And it's almost distracting me because you're not perfectly in the line either, are you? There we go. The game says yes. Okay, this job. Hang on, let me just double check the map. Across, down maybe. McKelly as well. 700. That's not worth it for that job. No, you get £1 per kilometer. You're getting ripped off for that job, I'm afraid. You might as well walk. You have the Hori, and it has a horn as the big button. So there is an actual button that you can press. Really? Well, that's one thing the Hori does better then. Because in my newest video, I was wondering, like, it's a shame that this... You can't press that. What maps are we missing now? What do you mean missing? No, SES doesn't have an official one. There is the Truck Sim Reddit has a Discord server as well. That's an unofficial thing. That's the closest you get to kind of an ETS community thing. Of course, there is a Truckers MP one as well, but that's more specifically for Truckers MP. Whoa, bitch. Hope that wasn't a what job. Hell yeah, dude. Gnarly, dude. Iceland is next. Iceland, Ireland, UK rework. That's not a DLC. You know what I mean? Ready? I think so. I don't need to go anywhere else. I don't need to reroute the map. It's 1800 degrees, so yeah, if you were to see when I'm parking, I'm turning the wheel a lot more than I feel I should be. Can we? This way. Redirecting the map. So the 9, then the 13. Not the 5, Isle of Man. We'll have to see if that gets added. It might get added just in... I know it's not literally in Great Britain, the kind of region, but it's in that kind of area. And there's not much there. In Pro Mods, there's 2 cities for the Isle of Man, that's it. The new map DLC is worth. I would say it's worth. A lot of nice country roads. We've been exploring it for so many weeks, and we're not done yet. It's probably the biggest one to date now. Iceland, UK rework, Ireland. Yeah, probably. Or they'll do a... Nice. They'll do a Scandinavia/Nordic where the UK gets reworked around about the time that Ireland comes out, so that they both look similar in quality. That's why Scandinavia was upgraded, because otherwise you'd have really good, really new with 2015 old. Yeah, it was done to make it look the part, to make them look similar. And we turn cruise control on. Wait for duck to speed up a bit. Up to 70. 75. Easy. Today is more Nordic stuff. We're in Finland. We've stayed in Finland for most of this. We've just been highlighting, you know, it's been about a month that I've now been using this wheel through several driving sessions, a few off-stream driving sessions. I don't know what the next step would be for it. Maybe more force feedback, because everything else is set up as I want it to be. It's a weird experience. I don't want to shake the desk. I've looked actually at the camera as well. I don't know if that's the settings of the camera, but the camera also shakes because the desk is very slightly wobbly. Where? Here. Oh, that's not too bad. And then camera 3, and let's see how bad this goes. Oh my god, that's the best one so far.